difference between like direct marketing to bring people in and to sell things versus brand awareness. So, we just came through the Majik Kids comedy launch, and I'm stoked with how things have gone. Our YouTube channels, probably by the end of the day, we'll have our first 2,000 subscribers, 1.2 million views in the last 60 or so days. We have one video that's over 600,000 and still growing by a lot every day. Another is at almost 200,000 and growing every day. We have another one picking up organic speed. We can retarget all of these ads towards people that have been watching our videos, etc. Now, we're starting to see people join the app. We're getting 1 to 4 subscribers a day. We're starting to see that maybe 20 to 25% of them in the onboarding experience are saying that they saw an ad or they saw a YouTube video that sent them to the site, and they ended up joining the app. So that's really great. But this is like the comedy stuff. That's a long game. We will not make millions of dollars through that comedy in the next 90 days unless we really doubled down and poured a ton of money into it. But it is building us an audience who's interested in what we have to say and interested in our comedy. And we can constantly, because we keep having money from our ads to pour back into more ads, we can always just keep retargeting those people so they get to know our brand. And what's cool is we've gotten, I don't know, 25,000 likes or something like that on our videos in the last 6 weeks or so. And every single one of those people, if they liked our content, the way the YouTube algorithm shows up is they're way more likely to see more of our content showing up in their shorts feed, which is great. It's just like they're going to see us more and more because they've engaged with us, and we can continue to retarget them. But that's not immediate dollars. That's brand awareness. That's a long game. And I think it's really important to have some form of long game exposure. If you're on social media, that's a long game exposure of people just constantly being exposed to you and your message, your vibe, etc. So that if and when they have a need that aligns with your services, then they're going to choose you because they've already felt like they've gotten to know you and there's trust there. That's like, with my membership, people, it's like they might pay attention for a long time before they join one of my programs or the Magic Mind or whatever. Like, it's just, these are long game things. Your newsletter is a long game sales process. Your content on YouTube, your podcast, these are long game sales things. They don't bring in immediate sales. The thing that brings in immediate sales typically is you getting in front of people live, teaching a workshop, teaching classes, being a guest on other people's stages where their audience is there present with you live. That is where actual sales come from. And also having something that you're, having launch processes, launch periods. I know Ross from Conversion Engineering, he doesn't do launches anymore. His philosophy is around being open every day. I do find that there is a magic in the launch. As exhausting as launches are, there is a magic in the launches. It's like there is, when you have a shopping cart close date, a cohort start date, and we're all going through this adventure together, it does incentivize people to join now rather than later. And so I just wanted to take a moment to address this and take 90 seconds right now to just write down on a piece of paper or on your computer, what are your long game exposure processes that you're doing, your podcast? What are you doing for long-term relationship building with your audience? And what are you doing in the short term that generates money directly by getting in front of people live? And you want to honestly be doing more of the getting in front of people live than the long game exposure stuff, because the long game exposure stuff takes up a lot of time. The getting in front of people and teaching live and coaching and exposing yourself to new audiences to see what it is that you do and what your magic is, that's the stuff that's going to bring in dollars and clients immediately. The more you do that, the more likely it is that you're going to build something that's big and beautiful and can pay the bills. So take 90 seconds, write down, divide the page. What's your long game approach to growing trust. So even like the way you show up in different communities that you're a part of and converse and answer people's questions, it's like that builds trust over a long period of time. If they keep seeing your name show up in feeds and you just come across as a helpful person who cares. And then what are the ways that you're getting in front of people to deliver signature workshops, teaching classes, etc. And it's so funny because I've been harping on this for, it feels like 2 years now, about signature workshops. And I just know, I'm not going to finger point, but I just know the majority of people have this whole plan. They have all the systems in place, and then they don't take the final step of just booking an hour or 2 hours to just send out all the emails to get hosted by people. And that's the sad part, because, you know, everybody just keeps spinning the wheels and this stuff works. And we don't have to spin the wheels. It's literally just sitting down for 2 hours and overcoming that resistance of sending cold emails to people to host our workshops. And 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 will probably say, yes, I would love to host you for a workshop. It's honestly that easy. And I just want to make sure that, you know, if anybody is resisting the sitting down for an hour to 2 hours a week to send out those emails, just get over it, because it works. And you're going to have 8 out of 10 might say no or not get back to you, but that's just a part of what we have to do. And if the resistance is that big that you really can't bring yourself to do it, then hire somebody for 20 or 25 bucks an hour who will do that job, you know, 2 to 4 hours a week, and just manage it and research new places to reach out to and follow up and do all the things for you, because that is a way better investment of money, energy, etc., than, say, hiring somebody to do your newsletter for you or produce media for you at this stage of the game. Because you getting in front of people live and coaching and teaching is the number one marketing that is going to help you make the gains that you're looking for in your business. And I will end with that affirmative. Just get that done. Hire somebody this week. Invest, you know, $500 to $800 a month to have somebody just be your PR person to get you booked on virtual stages. I don't do my outreach. My assistant does my outreach. You know, once a month, she'll spend a few hours doing outreach and we'll get bookings. And we've got some pretty huge ones coming up in June, which is amazing. So I'm just going to leave that with you. Exposure versus direct engagement with new audiences. It's a big difference. One's a long-term, one's a short-term. Let's get her done. Let's build the audience, the email list. Let's bring people into your ecosystems today as quickly as possible. And the best way to do that is just get you in front of them, helping them get results immediately. It works better than everything else, unless you're going to spend a fortune. You know, we just spent $21,000 on Majik Kids app advertising, and we got 1.2 million views, and that's led to like 1 or 2 sales a day at $12 a month. But not all those are paid plans. Some of those are free plans. So that just kind of shows you, like, look at all the advertising dollars we spent. Teaching signature workshops costs $0. It's free. It's fun. It's easy. It's scalable. It doesn't take up much time. So hopefully this is the motivational kick in the ass that everybody needs watching in the future and sitting here with me right now. The end.